Hi, this is Melindy here, reporting from Paris. And I am just going to talk for a few minutes about what it's like right now to be self-quarantining in Paris. It's all very surreal, I think, for a lot of people all around the world, in different countries that are imposing restrictions on when we can leave our houses. So in France, in Paris at least, the government has provided a form. It's kind of like a self-authorization where you put your name, your date of birth, and your address, and then there are 4 or 5 different reasons that you can leave your house. One is to buy groceries or go to the doctor. One is to go to work, and that is only under special circumstances, and I think that you have to have a letter from your employer. That would be in the case of jobs that are considered essential. And you can walk your dog, of course, and you can go out and get physical activity, do some sports, go jogging, but for 1 hour maximum, and you can't go more than 1 kilometer from your house. So I got in trouble yesterday. I went jogging too far with the dog. I didn't realize I've been here for 15 years, well, since 2003, and I still, it's hard for me to think in kilometers. I still think in miles. Anyway, my bad. I went too far, and I got stopped by policemen who asked me for my ID and my authorization form that I had filled out, and I was more than a kilometer away from home, so I got a fine for 135 euros. Yeah. So I guess they want to make it so that it hurts enough that you don't do it again. And I can definitely say for my part that I won't do it again. And if I do go jogging, I look on Google Maps and make sure that I'm not going more than 1 kilometer away. So what I end up doing is kind of a circumference of, like a perimeter of 1 kilometer, and I can, do that several times. So that's the deal with sports and leaving your house. Otherwise, groceries, obviously allowed to go out to get groceries, and grocery stores have been, have to say, there was some initial panic and, everyone buying toilet paper. I don't understand the toilet paper thing. I did notice in the beginning that the coffee was all gone, which I thought was kind of funny. But the toilet paper I never really understood. In any case, the supermarkets in our neighborhood all have toilet paper, are getting stocked regularly. I haven't seen any empty shelves. The first couple days the pasta was gone too, but everything's being restocked regularly. There's no shortage of anything. There's no big empty supermarkets. I haven't seen any. So that's nice. That's reassuring. People are definitely respecting the social distancing, and I do too. But I notice that if I'm walking down the sidewalk to go get groceries, and someone's coming towards me, they'll walk to the other side of the sidewalk. People are definitely staying away from each other. I wear a mask, and not a surgical mask, but an anti-pollution mask. It's like a sports thing, actually, and gloves. to go to the supermarket and then, take them off when I come home. And inside the supermarket, again, people are definitely trying to, keep distance between each other. And you see even some more specialty supermarkets, like organic shops, where there's a line down the block outside, and there's someone who works for the supermarket making sure that everyone is a meter apart, like, which is 3 feet, like 1 yard apart. So it seems pretty orderly. There doesn't seem to be any palpable panic. You hear sirens, but it's just really calm. You could walk out and the streets are really eerie. It's eerie, they're so kind of, so quiet, so strange. No cars. The good thing about that is that there's no pollution, or less pollution. Yeah, it's strange, but I think that the government so far is being very responsible. I think that most people are respecting the rules, and the first couple of days was clear that people were not respecting the rules. The parks were full of picnickers, and so they had to get a little bit more tough about it. And now I think that, from what I feel when I do leave the house for necessary things, that people are respecting the rules. Also, I've noticed that people have been using coffee filters for masks, which is not a bad idea. And so it's a cone shape like this, kind of, with some kind of elastic rigged up, which is not bad. And speaking of which, there is, of course, a lack of masks and other protective equipment in Paris, as in every country that's dealing with this. No one's prepared for this kind of stock of PPE. So I have decided that since I have time, and because I have a sewing machine, which I love to use, I ordered some materials to start making some surgical masks, and I will show you those in the next episode. So stay safe wherever you are, follow the rules, stay home, wash your hands with soap, follow the rules, whatever the CDC says, whatever the WHO says, and containment, we have to all follow the rules, and I thought I would get cabin fever, but it turns out that I have a lot of admin to catch up on, and I actually have been super busy. And then one last note, going back to my job, which is real estate, is that there are sales going on. So anything that was already contracts had been signed, we are closing. I have 2 closings next week. I'm not allowed to go. Everything's done by power of attorney. Only the notaires are allowed to go into the office with 1 clerk at a time, I think. So everything's been being done by power of attorney, but they are able to transfer the deeds. And so in some sense, I have been actually strangely busy. And I lied. One last thing, and I promise this is the last. I have a 7-year-old daughter. Her school is closed, of course. All schools are closed in France. And she very, very quickly after schools closed, she went out with her dad to Brittany, which is where his family is from. So she is with her dad, and and her aunt, her Tata Katya, who she loves, and who is mother to Matisse, who is her cousin, and Matisse was born 2 weeks after my daughter. So they are thick as thieves. They are having lots of fun. Big garden, on the seaside, and they're both getting homeschooled. I can't say that I regret not having to homeschool, but I will say that she, her presence is missed here. I miss her a lot. I don't know when I'm going to see her again. I'm not allowed to leave Paris. So anyway, we'll FaceTime as much as possible. Thank God for technology. Anyway, so like I said before, stay safe, stay home, and I will drop another episode tomorrow. Okay, see you then.